Welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon Perna, and maybe one day I will have the luxury of telling a grown man or woman, you no longer get to make money with my company. Have fun worrying about your family's financial future for the next several months. Try not to develop an ulcer because you suck at this job, you fucking idiot. That is the best part of being an NFL owner and or GM, crushing other people's dreams on a yearly basis. And having fans all over the internet cheer you on. Right now, I can confirm, based on roughly 10,000 Twitter sources, that Giants head coach Ben McAdoo has been fired by the New York Giants, and that defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo will serve as interim head coach, which is a pretty solid guy to have fill in, since he will be starring in Home Alone 4. This was not a surprise to anyone. Well, maybe a surprise to Ben McAdoo. I mean, he literally might still believe the year is 1987, so he should find out he's no longer an NFL head coach in about 30 years. The Giants GM, Jerry Reese, was fired as well, but nobody cares about GMs. They're not sexy. Literally, show me one NFL GM who is sexy. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, fine, maybe Falcons GM Thomas Dimitroff, but never forget, he is masked by a cool guy haircut, slick glasses, and an expensive suit. And without that, he's just Tom Dimmin beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. The only place I have ever seen a sexy NFL GM is in Hollywood. But if I know anything about Hollywood, Draft Day 2 will consist of Kevin Costner resigning after it's revealed he too enjoys jerking off into plants. Specifically, orchids. It's not quite as bad as it sounds because he does it in private. Never did he force a woman to watch him try to double seed a potted plant. I mean, orchids are basically the plant version of a vagina. If you ever see a single man with an orchid in his apartment, you now know why. I mean, even Georgia O'Keeffe wasn't subtle about her orchid paintings. Most of them were titled Vag Plant. After learning that Bills corner Tre'Davious White suffered a concussion on that cheap shot by Rob Gronkowski, I think Gronk should not be suspended. Wait, why? Well, I think giving a great player a week off late in the NFL season will only make him fucking better and stronger. Instead, you force him to play 2 to 4 games with no pay. That's real punishment, not a fine or suspension. It's a fine plus forced play. I mean, Walmart forces their employees to work every week without pay, and look how miserable they are. Or no, you suspend Swap Gronk. You pay him, but you suspend him from playing with the Patriots for 4 games. And you put him on the waiver wire for any team to claim, and then he has to play for the Browns or Giants for 2 to 4 weeks. If I ever get power, my punishments will be mildly cruel and very unusual. One thing I don't understand is the need for parents to dress their kids like NFL head coaches. I mean, I know Ben McAdoo has become infamous for looking like a used car salesman who keeps heads in his freezer. It's Ben Wackadoo, I know, but there's no way this kid was like, hey Dad, when I go to the Giants game this weekend, can I dress like my favorite player for the Giants? Sure, son, is it Odell Beckham? No, head coach Ben McAdoo. A parent forced this upon their child. I get Mike Ditka. He's sort of iconic, although you should get him as far away as possible from a microphone before he completely ruins his legacy by painting a picture of himself as a complete fucking lunatic. But the Andy Reid baby, the Bill Belichick, Halloween costumes for sale, college coach, Cliff Kingsbury, Matt Patricia, no fucking kid on earth says I want to be an overweight, bearded defensive coordinator for Halloween. If your kid asks you that, you need to take him to a therapist. I'd personally never let my child dress up like a head coach, but when he or she turns 5, I'm buying them the Laramie Tunsil Halloween costume. Now that's a spooky costume. Anyway, my point is the New York Giants already had one guy dressing up, pretending to be a head coach this year. They don't need 2 in the stadium. There's a little bit of good news for Broncos fans, as I think the New York Giants are going to insert Eli Manning back into the starting lineup. And if the Giants and 49ers can get another win or 2, the Broncos just might get that 2nd draft pick. This episode is sponsored by SeatGeek. There's a link in the description. Use my promo code ThatsGood and you're gonna get $20 off your first SeatGeek ticket purchase. You can get tickets to any of the NFL games. There's only going to be a handful of them good for the remainder of the season, so use my code to save a little money. You can also get concert tickets, comedy tickets. SeatGeek ranks all their ticket prices, so you know what kind of deal you're getting. Just use my code, That's Good. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports here on YouTube. Please subscribe, share these videos on social media, especially Facebook. I'm on Twitter at Brandon Perna. If you ever want to talk football, you know, we'll talk it. We'll talk football. We'll talk it hard. We'll talk it good. We'll talk it long. We'll talk it all night. Just please help me get them followers.